Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. When was the last time that you finished the week exhausted, but you felt like you still didn't move the needle forward in your business? Like you were in your business every day, posting, planning, probably taking some sort of phone calls, working with clients, putting out the fires. But when you looked at your bank account and your sales tracker and your content calendar, and like the numbers just didn't add up. Like you hustled, but you didn't make more money, if that makes sense. So here's the hard truth that, it's kind of hard to talk to clients about sometimes, but is a requirement. It's that being busy doesn't mean that you're building a business. And it definitely doesn't mean that you're building a scalable business, right? And so if you feel like you're doing everything and you're not seeing the consistent income, then I want you to watch this video, because today I'm going to break down the difference between like looking productive and actually building a profitable business and being profitable, right? And so, because when people first start coming to me, I realize like that there's so many women that I coach that absolutely are amazing, but they're burnt out from doing everything on paper. Like they're doing all the right things on paper, right? And they've got these like color coded Asana boards, they've batch recorded all this content, like they're showing up daily and they're managing their client load and they're tweaking their offers and they're maybe even like, squeezing in like a live launch here and there, and they're kind of like, doing all these things, but none of it's moving the business forward in a consistent, scalable way. And the question becomes like, why? Why is this happening, right? And it's because their calendar is so full, but they're not focused. They're running into tasks that, they're not CEO energy. That's just like doing tasks, right? And so they kind of have confused action with being effective. And without the structure or, prioritizing the revenue generating things like systems and building action, they just end up kind of recreating the same stressful month and week over and over and again. And you just can't really scale if you're in survival mode. Like if you're in fight or flight, it's hard to scale. And so let me say this again, you cannot scale if you are in fight or flight or survival mode, right? And so what does scaling actually look like? And so here's what I love to teach inside the Untamed Mastermind for women who maybe can't be one-on-one clients right now. And what I want you to take from this video, honestly, it's that it starts with aligning your calendar to your income goals. Like you need to align those two. That means blocking time for real CEO work. It's the unsexy stuff that actually grows the business long term. Reviewing what offers are converting and which ones you just need to let go of and get rid of. You don't need to have all of them at the same time. Rebuilding your client journey so that it's easy and it flows and it makes sense for the client and for you. A big one would be like installing automation in places where you kind of are repeating yourself over and over again, right? And then creating content that builds trust and it sells without burning you out, but it also needs to sound like you. It needs to be authentic to your audience. And so then you get to measure the ROI of those things, right? And so it's looking at your time and how full was your day? And would you rather work 4 hours a day with like strategic precision or be in hustle mode for 10 hours a day and walk away feeling broke and tired? And so inside of the Untamed Mastermind, one of the first things that we do is we audit your entire month. We find where you're leaking energy. We find where you're kind of hiding in the back end of your business and instead of showing up to sell, like where you're spending, time that feels productive but isn't actually profitable. And oh my gosh, I love pointing it out when people are doing things that are not making them money and they're just kind of running in circles, because I want your revenue to go up. I don't want you just to have a goal and a to-do list. Like I want you to actually have the income in your bank account, right? And so when you operate, from a place of, being a CEO, you start to see things make sense. You start to see things align. Your processes start working and you actually start scaling because your business isn't built on chaos. It's built on strategy. And so if you've kind of been stuck in this loop, I'm so happy that you're passionate about things and I'm so happy that you're a hard worker and I want you to not grow, right? And so if you've been kind of wondering how the hell are other people making this look so easy? Like, if you're exhausted and you're ready to get like off of that wheel that's just never ending, like let's rebuild the way you work. Let's look at what's going on, right? And so the Untamed Mastermind is kind of where strategy meets the execution. And so if you're ready for structure and if you're ready for leads and you're ready for growth, then I want you to message me or find the link in my bio because it is there. And it's about working harder. It's about working smarter, not harder, sorry. It's about building a business that works for you. And so let's stop measuring how much effort we're putting into something. And I want you to start measuring the impact that the task had on your business. Anyways, I hope to see you there. It'd be absolutely incredible to have you. Doors are now open. Find the link, message me, and let's make it happen.